Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of going through this 1971 Topps Vending Box Series 2 from the Larry Fritsch Vault to REA Auctions to myself. We've been starting this about the first of the year, and not a lot of cards left. We're going through about a pack at a time. After this today, we'll do the second half of going through the 1972 set that I've got. And as a bonus for 1972, we set out the Hall of Fame inductees from that year, 1972. There's a look at what a couple packs look like. And there is a wax box from the time. So you can see there were 10 cents a pack. There were 24 packs in a box. I don't have a full box, but we got a few packs worth. Unknown what series that is from, but let's go ahead and get going with our 71s. See who we get today. We're especially looking for a bench receiver. About a pack's worth there. We start right off with a Bob Robertson. I was gonna, as we were going through the 72 set, I was gonna show you a little something on Bob Robertson, but he was a Pirate slugger. But this is a Sporting News from 72. There he is, and look at those pants. So Bob Robertson to start. World Series champs of 71. I got a Jim Ray. We got a Hawaiian. Good player there, Mike Lum. The A's second baseman, Dick Green. Bob Watson is a good player. That Immaculate Grid the other day, they were asking for Astros 300 career hitters, and I guessed Bob Watson wrong. We looked him up after. I think he hit 295 for his career, so he was a good hitter. Maybe it wasn't quite that high, but we got another Pirate there. Bruce Del Canton, Mike Hirschberger from the Brewers, Eddie Leone. It's a nice conditioned card. Bart Johnson, we've had some troubles with centering. It looks like print marks to go with it. Dave LaRoche, who threw that famous little lob. This looks like a nicely centered card. One of the tougher things I have done pretty well with, actually, in this box, but just in general, a tougher thing with 71s. Jack Billingham. And we got Angels rookies. And we end with, well, we did get one guy who was in the Hall of Fame. This is his manager card. He was in the Hall of Fame as a player. But that's a fairly nice card there of Red Shane Dienst. Otherwise, maybe not the greatest pack worth there if you're collecting at the time. Sorry. All right, so let's go to the 72 set. So we're starting off with the 4th series here. In the last episode, we did the first 3 series. We got one of the Alou brothers there. Heisel is Tony Oliva. This is his 71 season was his last batting title, and kind of the last after his knees really hit. He made the Hall of Fame this last year, but it was basically based off this part of his career right here. And you see there's 8 just fabulous years in an era of the pitcher where he has a .313 lifetime average. Decent power, good player, but for a short period of time. Fergie Jenkins won the Cy Young in 71. Tom Hall or Steve Carlton's last year with the Cardinals. Oscar Gamble before the big hair. All these nice in-action cards, which I like. There's the Bob Robertson. It's in action. Cito Gaston in his playing days. And this was quite a page here. We got, I don't know how these cards ended up sequential in numbers, but Johnny Bench, who was the 72 NL MVP, and his in action. We got Reggie Jackson, great player, Hall of Famer. Maury Wills, not a Hall of Famer, but one of those guys who's somewhat close. Then we got the guy who was second in MVP in 72 in the NL, Billy Williams. Hit 333 that 72 season with like 122 ribbies, a lot of ribbies. Big-time Hall of Famer. We got Thurman Munson, whose career got derailed. His life got derailed by the plane crash, but was a great player. Ken Henderson, good center fielder. And then we got Tom Seaver, one of the best right-handers of all time, and his in-action card. Willie Stargell, one of the better power hitters of all time, and his in-action card. We got another Hall of Famer. It's a manager, and Bob Lemon. And then kind of to finish these two pages, Mickey Lolich, who didn't make the Hall of Fame, but he's a 200-win guy. And I got to show the back of his card for this 71 season. It's incredible. He had 45 starts, 376 innings pitched, 25 and 14, so 39 decisions, over 300 strikeouts, and ends up with a 2.92 ERA. Now, that's quite a season. He ended up second in Cy Young that 71 season to Vida Blue. Vida Blue, who made all of $14,000 in that season on his contract. There's Gil Hodges' last card. He unfortunately died of a heart attack at age 47 in April of that 72 season, so he actually didn't get to manage. Yogi Berra managed the Mets that year. Ray Fosse. There's Don Baylor. Is on a rookie card, but it's his second card. He was with Dusty Baker on a 71. Phil Regan, who coached into his 80s just a few years ago. And these boyhood star cards. We got one of the 20-game winners there, the Orioles. Bob Bailey on the farm. Young Brooks. Joe Torre was the NL MVP in 71. 363 average, like 130 ribbies that year. Mike Marshall will be 40 through 105 games in one season. Got Ted Williams, who say wasn't a great manager, but I think he would have been fun to play for. He hardly ever had his guys bunt. He never bunted in his career. There's George Brett's older brother, Ken. We had a Bly11 up there. Boa. Carlos May, the guy who wore his birthday on his uniform. His birthday was May 17th. His jersey number was 17. So it said May 17 on the back. Sutton, there's 5'4" guy, Freddie Patek. Grader. It's a good rooster, third baseman. There's Carlos's brother, Dave. Dave's got the distinction. He was the guy traded for Hank Aaron. After Aaron was done with the Braves and needed to just DH his last few years with the Brewers. Got back to Milwaukee. Brooks Robinson, who in 1972 was voted Man of the Year, kind of like the Roberto Clemente Award before the Roberto Clemente Award. Cool action cards. We got Wilbur Wood, Blue Moon Odom. Coming in second to Brooks was Ernie Banks, both I think in 71 and 72. There's Pete Rose. That's a cool in action, that Leo Cardenas. Also good in action there, Ray Sadecki. Reggie Smith, one of the best non-Hall of Famers. Juan Marichal. And there's his in action showing his big leg kick. But anyway, what Ernie Banks was second 2 years, and the winner in 71 was none other than Willie Mays. Al Oliver, not sure why he didn't get an action card. Hall of Fame manager there. Leo DeRocher. Billy Barkowitz, cool last name. Pinella. The Boomer, George Scott. guys involved in the Joe Morgan trade, Dennis Menke. Rick Nettles before his Yankee days. Nice cool card of Nolan Ryan. We're in that in the semi-high here, the 6th series. Al Kaline. It's Ryan's first card with the California Angels, the team that he kind of came into prominence with. Phil Negro, and then we got these award cards. I don't think if you're a kid back in '72 opening a pack, you would have been very excited getting one of these award cards. Although the back of them are kind of cool, like the MVP issue. Cy Young, you can look back and see who all the Cy Young winners, MVP winners are. So I guess that part would have been pretty cool. I would have eaten that up as a kid, reading all that stuff. But it would have been cooler if they would have showed like the actual MVP or Cy Young winner from the last year on there. Bob Moose, one of those Pirate starting pitchers. Sal Bando. And then we're getting to the high numbers. We got Cott and Bobby Bonds. And one of the reasons I don't have this set in teams like I do a lot of my other sets is just because the high numbers kind of stood out as being really tough to get. And so I just thought it was cool to keep them all together. 70, 71, 72 are all that way. High numbers are just really tough and expensive, especially in this like higher grade they are now. I'm glad I got these when I got them. Dave Johnson, this is Steve Garvey, Willie Montanez had a 99 RBI rookie season. There's Rodney Klein. And his inaction, they were two of my tougher Rod Carew cards to get because they are in that 72 high number series. Kuzman and Bobby Mercer, good players. Say Pagan. To the end here. Jesus Alou, another one of the 3 Alou brothers. Sam McDowell and a Giant. This is where he got traded to the Giants. I was going to show this because I was reading the Sporting News. This is from, September of '71, and they're talking about Sam McDowell headed for new pastures. They're talking about how, good he's been, but he really hasn't been that much of a gate draw. His win-loss record wasn't super, basically because the Indians are such a bad hitting team. But, man, you look at his card, he's got 300 inning season. He's got all those strikeouts, 2,159 career strikeouts, more than a strikeout an inning back in the day when, average was maybe a strikeout every 2 innings. 3.00 career ERA. 2 years over 300 strikeouts. And yet they traded him to the Giants because he wasn't that great of a win-loss record or a gate attraction. But I guess in their defense after that, probably because they used him so often, he wasn't that good anymore after that trade, and so they did get the best years out of him. Rico Carty coming off one of his 2 years where he didn't get to play because of tuberculosis. And then we're getting to the traded cards. You got Olsen and Lee Horton. Big ones there, and Steve Carlton and Joe Morgan. Both trades that really vaulted those teams, the Reds, to some championships later. The Phillies in 1980 winning it all. Carlton that year in '72, first year with the Phillies. And his trade was, there's who it was for, Rick Wise, 1-for-1. First year the Phillies won 59 games, and that was a little bit of a strike-shortened season, so they played 154 instead of 162. But he won 27 of those 59 games. Won the Cy Young. Over 300 strikeouts, ERA in the ones. There's a Frank Robinson, too, towards the end of his career. Card. That one isn't the greatest centering either, that Gil Garrido. That's the one I can't get centered in '71. There's Ron Say's true rookie card. He's up with Mike Schmidt on the 73. Dusty Baker's first full card. Mazeroski's last card. Toy Cannon. White Wilhelm's last card. And this is the end. All right. Excuse me. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again hopefully in another week. Take care.